Bearcat Radio will be on the air in 5 minutes. Till today's broadcast of Bearcat Athletics. Minutes till airtime. One minute till Bearcat Radio is live.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
time for Virginia High Baseball on Bearcat Radio, the flagship station of VHS Athletics. You're listening to the Virginia High Bullpen Show on Bearcat Radio, the flagship station of Virginia High Athletics. Saturday afternoon, Bearcat fans, and welcome to Boyce Cox Field inside the Vault Stadium here in Bristol, Virginia, site of today's Game 3 of the 2018 season between the Licking Valley Panthers and your Virginia High Bearcats. Hello, everybody. This is Dylan Hutton getting set to bring you tonight's play-by-play action from the Twin Cities. An early start here on this Saturday afternoon. We're glad you were able to tune in today as we have a cross-state showdown, and usually we're used to the Tennessee side, but tonight we're getting a team out of Ohio, Licking Valley, Ohio, here in the final game of the FCA tournament. So we're excited to get this one going. Both teams playing their final game as we welcome to the Virginia High Bullpen Show on Bearcat Radio. Let's take a look real quick at the Pirates and tournament recap for them. Monday they played Abingdon, lost 11-1. They actually led in that game after the first inning, 1-0. Then Abingdon scored the last 11 runs. Only 2 hits for the Bearcats. Abingdon ended up with 8. Bobby Medley scored the lone run for the Bearcats. It was driven in by Justin Lewis. Michael Bradley went 1 for 3 with a double, and John Malumba went 1 for 1 with a single for the Cats in that one. And looking at the last game for them, Tuesday on the 27th against Tennessee High, a rivalry game, went to the Vikings 15-0. Was scoreless through 2 innings, and Tennessee High scored 3 in the third, 4 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and 6 runs in the sixth to down the Cats in a blowout win here on Tuesday afternoon. They out-hit the Bearcats 10-2, had 3 errors the Bearcats did to the 2 for the Vikings. Jordan Dixon had a single and Zach Griffith with a double. Those were the 2 hits for the Cats. The first week by the numbers, Virginia High just those 4 hits, 4 errors, and 1 run scored. They were actually outscored 26-2 in the first 2 games, but they played some tough competition in 3A Abingdon and Class 5 Tennessee High. So put what stock you want into that one. Big innings, too. They allowed 3 or more runs in 5 of the 13 innings played on this FCA tournament. So we hope you're having a good Easter weekend as you've tuned in, whether you're in Ohio or if you're a Bearcat fan listening in today on this Saturday, getting set to settle down and get with the family tomorrow afternoon. You may be meeting today, but we've got baseball coming up next on Bearcat Radio. We talked to Coach Daniels about the first couple of games. Here's our interview with him, and when we get back, we'll continue to get set for first pitch between Licking Valley and Virginia High. Welcome to the Orange and Black Clubhouse Report. This is Dylan Hutton with Coach Mark Daniels as the Bearcats face Licking Valley in their 3rd game of the 2018 season. Coach, off to a tough 0-2 start in the FCA tournament. What has been your takeaways to this point through the first 2 games, and where do you feel like your team is mentally after this beginning?
Well, we opened up with 2 of the big horses in Upper East Tennessee and Southwest Virginia and played well early in both games. But it kind of seemed like when the wheels started coming off, we couldn't get them back on in both games. Since that point, I think the guys have refocused, starting to understand more so what team baseball is and not individual baseball. And so we focused on that. Has been a long week for us in the tradition of this program, but I'm excited to see the guys back on the field today. I know they're ready to get there. It's going to be a beautiful day for baseball.
Definitely a good day. 12 o'clock start on a Saturday here in Bristol. Only 4 hits in the first 2 games, but you said that number is a little bit skewed because you hit the ball well against Tennessee High at times. What do you have to do to get the bats going today, and have you noticed anything that stood out to you over the hitters the past couple of games?
Well, early in our season, no excuses, but we faced 2 outstanding arms, maybe one of the best we'll see all year, and we don't talk about how many hits we have in a game. We talk about quality at bats, team baseball, moving runners, finding the barrel. We played 2 outstanding teams, as I said, that played good fundamental baseball. and they didn't give us any free baseballs. So I think it's really helped these guys refocus and understand that, you know, it's not trying to get a hit every time, but playing team baseball, quality at bats. And that's what we're focused on today, and looking forward to it.
We also talked a little bit about how these games have been close at times. You know, you've battled back against tough competition, but that big inning seems to hit every now and then.
Yeah, both games we've come out and played well early defensively, and you know, Tennessee High game we're down 3-0 in the fourth inning. They don't have a hit yet. We've only made one error, but both games, and something I've got to get fixed. It seems like when things start to go bad, we're not fighting back. We're just kind of laying down, and it is what it is in both of them games. And I promise you that'll change with this bunch.
So going and talking about these two games, what players have impressed you over the last couple of games? Have been any surprises, and what guys need to step up, you feel like?
Well, you know, in the first two games, it's hard to find any, because we don't talk about individual players and as a team. But, you know, I remember the Abingdon game. Bobby Medley had a tremendous at-bat off Hungate, and I think it was a 12-pitch at-bat, and he ended up getting on an error. And that kind of got us started. I mean, baseball is so if somebody will get it started, it seems like everybody else gets on board. It becomes contagious, and that's what we've not had, somebody to really just step up and get it started, next guy follow, and you know, then it becomes team baseball. And I thought, even though we didn't have hits, Bobby kind of set the tone there, because early in the game against Abingdon, we had some good quality at bats, off an outstanding pitcher. But then we had a base running blunder. He found his rhythm, and we couldn't get him out of it.
Coach, just give us one key to victory today against Licking Valley.
Well, we got to play together as a team. You know, score more runs than they do. That's our ultimate goal. But it's still early in our season. We're getting ready to head south to spring break, to where we do 2-a-day practice, play great competition down there. Because as soon as we come back, we got Tazewell, who's picked to win our district this year. We got to go up there. So we don't have a lot of time to get some of our things fixed, but we will get them fixed.
And, Coach, well, thank you for joining us. Good luck this afternoon. And coming up next on the Virginia High Bullpen Show, we'll have a lot more before first pitch.
Follow Bearcat Radio on Twitter with the handle @VHS Bearcat Radio, and on Facebook by searching Bearcat Radio for the upcoming broadcast schedule and shows on the flagship stream of Virginia High School athletics.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Bullpen Show. This is Dylan Hutton joining you as we get set here for first pitch. We're about 11 minutes away. We thank Coach Daniels for joining us earlier to talk about tonight's game, or today's game against Licking Valley. Let's take a look real quick at our opponent, Licking Valley, out of Newark, Ohio. They've lost 10-7 to Gate City in Game 1 of the FCA tournament. They've played all their games to this point except for one at Tennessee High. They lost 2-1 to Union in the second game. That was on Thursday from Tennessee High. Lost 14-4 on Friday, and then played again on Friday and beat Sullivan East 5-1. So they're coming off a win before they make the trip back to Ohio this afternoon. So could be a good afternoon. The Cats looking for their first win of the season. And Licking Valley, of course, 1-3 in this tournament. This will be their fifth game. They've played a couple of just add-in games that probably shouldn't be part of the record there, but 1-3 this week as they just try to play as many games as possible. So they've gotten their money's worth here, playing against teams from Virginia and Tennessee in this Bristol FCA tournament. So a little different today here at Boyce Coxfield. The Cats are actually going to be the visiting team, so they'll hit first. Licking Valley will take the field defensively, as we'll see Jordan Dixon on the mound for the Bearcats, the junior right-hander who we saw on Monday against Abingdon. He went 6 innings. We'll give you the rest of his line in a moment. For Licking Valley, we'll see Garrett Montgomery out on the mound. So we'll see Licking Valley on the field first defensively, so that will be a bit different. We're looking at around 50